Welcome back to Space Labs. When we last left off, I was juggling two ships to the moon here, which at this point has turned out to be one too many. I'm currently piloting the Skylab on approach to this maneuver node, which will get it into orbit around the moon. At this point, I'm just looking to get any orbit at all, and then I will play with it later. Mainly because at the same time, I've got this lander coming in pretty hot on a collision course with the moon, which I need to turn into a landing. Right now, both ships are pointed in the direction they need to be pointed in, so I'm hoping that I can make this burn in the Skylab, and it looks like speed here is good, so I think I'm going to be able to make this orbit and then jump over here and attempt the landing at least. Yes, we're doing quite well here. And coming out of warp, 25 seconds before the burn. Scoot right up to it. I know that I should probably start ahead of time, technically, but I'm just going to do what I do here. Alright, we are going to go with that. That is good for now. The ship still has its transfer rocket with some fuel in it. Get a couple shots for the photo album. I'll be able to use that to correct the orbit. There's also some fuel on board and RCS for not only maneuvering this, but at least briefly refueling the lander until we can get things set up for mining and refueling on the surface. Okay, we're back into the lander on its crash course. Just trying to get a camera angle I like here. Which is just annoying, so not going to worry about it for the moment. Let's just get everything set up for a retrograde burn. We've slipped off the marker a little bit in the interim. Speed is actually a lot slower than I expected. Alright, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and warp up to the target. Hop back in because as we get closer, our speed is picking up and we're slipping off the mark. Alright. Hop back in to map view here. Alright. At this point, just making sure everything's cool. The thing that always got me in the past was going by the altimeter, stock altimeter, and not realizing that that was sea level rather than surface, but in this case we're pretty close, at least with our current projected landing spot. I'm using Void for this heads-up display, and we will be focusing on the surface information that it provides. Looks like we're heading for the East Crater, where we will grab some science, assuming we can actually make it there. Alright. At this point, I'm willing to warp a little bit to get us closer in. Alan Carter is definitely getting excited by what's going on. Slow down the warping here. Make sure we stay retrograde. I'm not overly excited about blowing this landing. What I want to do is get in close, slow down our descent a lot with these transfer rockets. Burn up the fuel left in those. And kill a lot of our velocity. Looks like we killed some of our horizontal velocity, which is good. I'm just going to go ahead and use these until the last minute here. Got 0 horizontal speed, so I'm loving that. I think I'm going to go ahead and use these to keep slowing us down until we get to about 10,000 meters, and then I'll ditch this stage. Just using them up as long as I can. I want to get rid of them. Alright, so deploying the gear on this guy. Right now I'm just trying to keep my vertical speed under 90. Now really pour it on.
Now get up for it, ship. Well, man, a little bit.
60 meters. Got a surface speed around 7 meters per second, I'm sorry. And we are down. That is awesome. Well, I'm pretty happy because that doesn't normally happen. While we're here, let's get a crew report. Just as I record the crew's assessment, and I can get 100% for transmitting that, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. Let's do EVA. Get our flag planted. First landing. Highlands. Let's do an EVA report. I can transmit that for 100%. Oh no. Now, I know for a fact that I have a comms device here. Let's, guess because I'm not, we'll take the surface sample, keep the data, EVA report. Alright. We'll get back in the ship. Oh, yes, that makes sense to me now. Of course, there's no comms device on him. But I do have comms device on the ship, so let's get back in and see if we can transmit. Alright, get some jetpack going here. Oh, I definitely need to work on my jetpack skills. Let's try that again. Come on, little guy. Ah, alright. This is getting ridiculous. After all the, there we go. After all the effort to come here, it's crazy to, think I couldn't get back in the ship. Not being, still there we go. Alright, so we got transmissions going. Let's get all our science. We're going to keep all this data because it looks like we're going to get much better score. Although it remains to be seen for me exactly. Why can't I select the temperature? Here we go. All temperature, collected and recorded. This question still remains how much I am going to get from reprocessing this in the lab. Nothing exciting about these messages so far, and they all pretty much repeat each other. A little bit of annoyance here with the right clicking not working. Goo seems to be less dense here. Temperature gauge tells you nothing other than the fact that you logged the temperature. Here's one. The fine dust of the moon has intermixed with some of the samples. You have a sneaking suspicion that they'll never be able to get the lab clean again. Well, that's what we've brought the Skylab for, to clean out the experiments. Again, the goo is less dense. See if we can get this last thermometer going. Come on. Log temperature, collected and recorded. Keep the data. And with that, we have accomplished our mission of getting all the science we can from this location. When we return in the next episode, we will correct the orbit of the Skylab and bring all this science home. I'll see you then.